Did you know that computers generate non-ionizing radiation? Let me show you. So, for example, you see this rock right here? This rock came perfectly structured, no cracks, no nothing. Now you see these little bits right there? That has been stood right next to my computer and the rock is breaking down. Why? Because it's pretty simple. It's absorbing radiation. That is scary because I'm always at my charts absorbing this non-ionizing radiation. I've even got this Blackrock right here. Speaking of which, Blackrock now apparently sat down at the table with Grayscale to talk about this ETF. A little bit of somewhat delayed response, but we're going to get into that article very shortly. But look at the charts, man. They've just gone. It's done. Like, it's pumping. But Bitcoin hasn't taken that 38 yet. Now, we saw earlier on today that if Bitcoin was going to struggle at this 50 EMA, then we would see downward side movement. But it just brought the flavor to the upside. Not even the unemployment claims could steer Bitcoin off. We had a bit of movement in the NASDAQ. Everything goes up to only come back down. Euro takes a smack to the downside, making a little bit of a recovery back up to end up break even for the day. Same, near enough same with the pound. But we've had ourselves a wonderful day for cryptocurrency. Now, is this literally buy the rumor, sell the news kind of story? Because they've got into the habit of doing this. And Bitcoin has yet to break 38. We need to see that sweep. Otherwise, this move is nothing. In tonight's live, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty cheesed off, to be honest with you guys. You know, I didn't get to take advantage of any of this flavor. Nothing at all. I went and had my massage. The guy sorted my neck out, come back to the charts, and my neck is still hurting. I'm going to be seeing this guy every single week on a Wednesday to get this thing sorted out, because if I've got a bad neck, anyway, that's irrelevant. But I hope you're all doing well tonight, ladies and gentlemen, man. It's been unbelievable. How many of you are in decent profits? Are we taking profits? Are we locking profits in? We know Bitcoin is above the range daily high. Ethereum's above the range daily high. We've just had madness, and we're going to break it all down for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So mad love and respect for passing through. Let's get with the flavor, because we're at a very important point right now in the chart. So let's get with it. Here we go. So what we got here, BTC, lovely. Nice candles to the upside, all right? Cool, but no clear break. Look, this is the problem that we've got. They seem to be stalling, and we have ourselves a problematic stopping volume candle right here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, what we've got to take into consideration is earlier on today, I was looking, when I came home, I saw that Bitcoin had cleared the 37,000, and then I was like, okay, then, well, let me see the liquidity at the top side. And we can see, look, they just tried to make it 37,900 and they didn't take it. Now, if we go back into the high block itself, you can see right here, we've just refreshed that bad boy. It's on the 3-month chart. Let's just go to the 7-day to put it into perspective for us. We can see, look, they came and cleared that liquidity just before the 38,000. So $3.6 billion worth of shorts. Ciao, ciao, good night. 37,900. They also took that 3.3 billion right there. Go up into 37,950. They've taken the 2.28 billion dollars worth of short liquidations. Now, I was expecting this move from Bitcoin from the start of this week when I did the projection for the Market Watch for the Platinum members. Now, we can see that I had the breakdown right here, block range, test of the zone. If they broke the zone at 34.7, then it's going down to these next target points, and we are effectively up at this point right here, right now, on the 8-hour time frame, with the prospectus of it actually going towards the 39,000, okay? But we need to see a bit of a retrace because everything has been moving up significantly. It is a news play, and they usually like to do reversals from these ranges. The same story with Ethereum right here. We needed to see the red vector candle get cleared. They cleared that this week. They consolidated, and now they're stalling inside of the 2,083 range. This is where we are. So far, so good. So we need to now see the retrace, ladies and gentlemen. That is what's on our minds. Now, I was looking for that short earlier on with Ethereum. It didn't happen. Didn't take it. I'm still pissed from earlier where I opened along at 1951 and closed it at 1965. I mean, that was just before bed, but I don't hold positions overnight. That's my discipline. That's what I do. All right? I don't care. I don't like holding positions overnight. And if I do hold positions overnight, I'm effectively keeping it as light as possible, but whenever I see movement, I'm loading up on the position during the day or when I'm awake, okay? But I don't like to hold positions overnight. That's just me as a scalper. That's it. I start trading at a certain point and then I finish at a certain point, because if I commit to staying awake, I'm staying awake, ladies and gentlemen. I'm staying awake. I've had 24-hour, 48-hour trading sessions. No lie. And that was when I was learning the game. I stayed up. I did not do nothing else. Stayed home. Didn't go nowhere. I just had me and the charts. That was it. Okay? Now, with that being said, stopping volume candle on the 1 hour time frame. A lot of people are now running to try and grab shorts. Okay? Now, the same logic from last night that I anticipated the V-shaped play on Bitcoin to come back up, the instruction was you have to wait for the daily candle to open. So we're waiting for a new daily candle. Whatever happens now, a lot of people are going to be rushing to the chart, trying to anticipate that they can try and grab a little bit more of a move. Well, let's just put the logic right here. Bitcoin has moved from the lows of this range all the way up nearly, 4.3%, okay, from the lows, right? 4.49% from this, from that range right there, all right? Now, if you're going to try and come in and take advantage of a long on Bitcoin right now, going into the 5-minute time frame, it does look appealing to see Bitcoin going rise, retrace, up it goes. And then you've got this 5 and 13 EMA right here, which could be suggesting that there is potential for Bitcoin to take the 38,000. So really, you're looking for a $200 move on Bitcoin, okay? So another 0.86%, all right? If you're going to take the risk of doing so, just don't use too much size, all right? I always say, do not use too much size so that you can absorb these retraces. Now, the 5 and 13 EMA are flat, so that suggests that there could be at any moment another volatile move to the upside. The markets are pretty much now closed. When I say closed, we're talking about the legacy markets until for the next hour. Now, we're going into Thanksgiving, okay? So we go into the calendar and we see that it's the Thanksgiving day for the US. So happy Thanksgiving to every one of you. God bless you all. Make sure you spend time with your families, but you're probably all going to be looking at charts, which is why tomorrow may be a very volatile day. They may have marked it all up in preparation for Thanksgiving to just rip it back down again. We don't know, okay? But we've got lots of news coming out for the euro itself, which I'm paying close attention to, which is the German flash manufacturing PMI. Shared a trade today on the euro itself, and I had these zones. Whenever it comes to news announcements with euro, I will tell you straight up, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to setups, I fucking hate it. I hate trading setups on news plays because it eliminates the edge. Why? Because they can wick price up and down, okay? They can hit both target points, the bottom one and the top one. In this instance, euro came and hit the short target right here on the break of the 1.08836. Now, I feel like I put a little bit of a tight stop in this because I was anticipating the news to come out favorable to the downside. Why? Because euro was already extended to the upside anyways, okay? Now, in line of a cyclical pattern with euro, as I explained to everyone, okay? Oh, look at that. It's gunning for it, but you've got to be very careful, guys. If we're looking at euro on a cyclical pattern, you can see it come back down to our price projection point. What was it that we wanted? We wanted the short target of 1.08562. We got 1.08521. There was a second target down below because I thought we'd get the volatility. But you can see right here, I put a stop loss in place and suggested that your stop loss should be 1.09131, okay? Now, the beautiful thing is this. If you trade with light size, all right, even if I've said your stop loss should be at this 1.391 zone, whatever it was, they came and tapped that zone by just 0.3 pips, okay? Just from that point, and then it went up to 1.7, so 170, and then it reversed from that, okay? Now, if the guys managed to exploit that and it hit the target, happy days, okay? But even when the news came out at 1:30, you would have had time. That's why I say always wait for the news. Always wait for the news. Why? Because if you waited before the news came out and then it came out, you would have had yourself, in principle, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes to take the trade to the downside. Why? Because the news announcements came out and showed that unemployment claims came in lower. That's good news for the dollar. You automatically think euro's going to go down. And euro being so extended to the upside, you're naturally anticipating a cyclical play to the downside. Look, we've got the cycle right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have got W formation, rise up level 1, retrace, rise up level 2, retrace, rise up level 3, peak formation, drop, retrace, level 1, drop, retrace, level 2, level 3, peak formation, happy days. Okay, that's where we are right now with the euro as such. Okay, so if you guys manage to exploit that bad boy, happy days on that one. Okay, I'll be talking about that in a bit. Anyways, let's get back into BTC. What are we going to be seeing Bitcoin doing right now? Bitcoin, in principle, for any more shorts to come into play, guys, all right, we need to see a little bit more move. We have to hit 38,000. And if we do not hit 38,000, because look, they tapped it before. No, they didn't even tap it before. They came and cleared it at 37,982. If Bitcoin can't hit 38,000 today, it's a BS move. Now, it doesn't mean that when it hits 38,000, it's going to go rock itself to 40,000. It all depends on how people are optimistic about this meeting with Blackrock. See, they didn't tell us it was Blackrock. They told us it was Grayscale, okay? And this article came out 3 hours ago, and the meeting itself happened on November the 20th. And right now, it's November the 22nd, all right? So we've got to really put things into perspective on what we can expect from Bitcoin from now. Now, like I said to you, the book map is showing lots of interest coming into play, okay? Now, if I zoom out a little bit more, not really seeing anything happening over here. Let's just do this. Where you at? Come on. Give me my flavor. There we go. See, look, we've got interest coming in. We've got over about 1,500 Bitcoin orders at the 38,000. So this is what I think will happen. Bitcoin will sweep the 38, try and grab all this liquidity, and then that will trigger some interesting sales, okay? But we have to wait until the daily open. That's all you've got to do, guys. That's the truth. You have to wait for the daily open, all right? We want to see the 38 because this move, Bitcoin going up, all right? And it doesn't take 38,000. On the hype of Blackrock, okay? Even if it is buy the rumor, sell the news kind of story, it just doesn't make sense, all right, for Bitcoin to not take this range, okay? Now we go look at Ethereum. You can see Ethereum is also doing well. Hasn't yet taken the 2100, but it's trending positively to the upside. Look, violet vector candles appearing at the top side, suggesting that they are selling off, but not as aggressively, which is consistent with them marking prices higher, okay? Now, for Ethereum, it's not so much a price point that is psychological. For Bitcoin, it is. And if Bitcoin clears 38, Ethereum will clear out the top side of the move. So it's all eyes on Bitcoin right now, okay? And if they can't take it, the move is done. That's my opinion, okay? What else we got? A peak is a top. Yes, Bitcoin is one big reversal pattern. It isn't gonna go above How many of you think it's going to go above 38K? Yeah? How many of you think that? I want to know. If you think it's going to go above 38, while we're at it, let's go to Solana. Solana's made a nice little reversal back up as well. It's just treacherous. These short squeezes are different, man. I mean, even in the stock market itself, let's just go over to that bad boy. Look, NASDAQ. Look at that for a shocking day for NASDAQ. It's made the move up. We projected the move back down. It came back up again. It's just been a wild day in the marketplace. Nope, 38.5. Nope, 111. People think above. 1 million Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Everyone wants it to fall so hard. Yep, that is true. Hopefully 32K. Can you measure those wicks? They're not 9-inch, my bro, so don't worry about it. You and that 9-inch story, man. My days. 38K getting peppered while there's orders there. It's going to get it. 50K by the end of the year. 1,000% it breaks above. It just reversed and tapped the last minute FOMO longs. Okay, then yeah, there's that logic. Not going to 39K. Will go above 38, but not 39. Think 69K top. Hex broke the trend. It's ripping. Okay, then. All right. Kitino, can you do the weekly time frame on Bitcoin? What about BNB? All right, weekly time frame on Bitcoin. Let's just check that out. Well, watch what I'm going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the weekly time frame on Bitcoin. It's doing wonderful, splendiferous, nice little flavorsome move. Where would supply be? In principle, supply would be up here, okay? The 48 zone. Now, Bitcoin, remember when I said to you guys about where's the market maker, where's retail trader? Yeah? Look at where market maker is. Green vectors, green vectors, green vectors. And where's retail? Retail's here. Retail's here. Retail's here. Retail is here. Okay? Now we're seeing Bitcoin climbing up. This is on ETF hype. We look left and go down to the 3-day chart. Look left. We're clearing a vector candle that they've tapped. We've got the wick. Okay? And the wick goes all the way over to 40,000. All right? This is a red vector candle wick on the 3-day chart. So this is very important. But look at this. Let me get rid of this. You have got no retrace into this green vector candle. Look, what a phenomenal move. That little burp right there at 37,110, okay? And then it's just shot up. It's come back up into the vector candle region right there. Look at where it rejects it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that for precision right there on the violet vector candle. Principally, after this point, in this range, Bitcoin would be on price discovery because it will be going into older pools of liquidity. We look left. What do we have? Just keep going left. What do we see? Red vector candle. So let's put the logic together. Take the midpoint of this candlestick. Take the high. Take the low. Where are we at right now? Bitcoin is at 37,671. The midpoint of that vector candle is 37,941. Go back into the chart, 37,941. That will take us towards this point right here. Look at how close we are towards it. We've tapped that midpoint once, twice, and now potentially trying to tap it for the 3rd time, but we're failing at that as well. So it's not me to say I'm pissing on your fire or anything, guys, but we've got to think of the bigger picture on what people are seeing right now. They're seeing Bitcoin is coming back up to a resistance point. They're all going to look to try and sell from this zone or even buy because of the hype of what's going on with Blackrock. Okay, so maybe the market could be inducing traders to believe that this is not a place to go short from. Get people trapped in longs, send it up with a bit more conviction to bring it down. Okay, because frankly, even though Bitcoin's got these vector candles, look, just look at the behavior. It's disturbing how we're seeing the same formation of candlesticks. Look at these two candlesticks. The green one right here. Okay, and then you've got the one afterwards, right? In the next hour and 41 minutes, we're going to get a new candlestick. This time, these two candlesticks haven't covered that much ground. This whole move on Bitcoin, which started last night at the open at 12 a.m., okay, has only managed to come back up towards this point at 37,265. The next candle has only managed to clear the previous violet vector candle. The next candle has to be the deciding factor. And if it doesn't do it, ladies and gentlemen, and Bitcoin stalls around, it's going to roll over. If they're going to repeat the same process, we're going to see this recovery right here. But don't fret, because this drop down here will be an opportunity to load up. Why? Because if they do repeat the same behavior and drop it down, you now get a chance to load up again on Bitcoin. So if you are in a DCA flavor on yesterday's drop, you now are sitting very nicely. Midpoint of the vector could be at this zone right here, which they could find support from. Now, listen, regardless of whatever happens, if the ETF comes into play, Bitcoin has not gone anywhere. It hasn't. Look, Bitcoin is still stuck within a 2.5 grand range. What is that? Doesn't mean anything. Well, 3.5 grand range nearly, okay? That's such a small range for an asset that moves the way it moves. So that's what we've got to really take into consideration with Bitcoin, man. It's just everyone now is rushing to the idea that maybe we should short it, maybe we should short it. Yeah, okay, cool. It's made nice, significant gains, okay? Now, people that are looking to short it are probably closing off their longs right here, okay? Closing off their longs. They're saying, yeah, baby, that's cool. I'm going to get ready to run a short. They've now got confidence. They're now in a belief system that makes them think, yeah, I've ripped it to the upside. Happy days. Now I'm going to change direction. And this is where Bitcoin does the behavior. The spikes up, the spikes down, and keeps throwing people about. Let's just quickly go into exo charts for a split second. What have I got here with Ethereum? Now, Ethereum has been a little bit tricky right now. So let me just quickly expand that. Here we go. So this is Ethereum right now. So what I'm looking for on Ethereum is where the big orders of sales are coming into play. And I'm looking at the top side. There you go. Look, big deltas right there at the top. They're buying up into these guys. They're selling at this high point. These are guys who are buying, but they're being sold to, okay? And it's now reversed back down again, aggressively down into the VWAP, aggressively back up into the VWAP. And now we've got Ethereum. We've got an imbalance right here in the chart, which they don't like. So they could be coming back up towards that point. So that might be happening later on. Now, look, we've got these imbalances down here, which we would logically assume Ethereum's going to come down and try and attack because that will be the next spot for them to look. Look at this. 469, 402, 468, 490, 648. There's that 648 yet again. There is someone that is playing 648 as an order. I don't know what that is, but I always see 648 on Ethereum. There's a player that is playing that. Here we go. We're looking like we're going to go into the imbalances right now on Ethereum. We really need to see them pick it up. 364 sell orders right here. They've broken the VWAP right there. But we've got to be careful. Like I said, look, we've got an imbalance. Oh, sorry, we've got an empty shop right here. The book can't be allowed to do this for a while. So we're going to anticipate that maybe they could come back up later on. But they look like they're trying to roll over right now to come back down to eat these imbalances. Got to be very, very careful. What we want to see is green positive deltas coming into here to suggest that they are trapping the guys to go short to then initially reverse it back up. Here we go. Here we go. There she is. Back up into that zone. The imbalances. There she is. Look at that commitment. It's 648 there. 541's come into play. Okay, off it goes. Is it going to try and do it? There it is. It's cleared. Near enough cleared that gap right there. We need to clear that gap. We need to clear that gap. 402 orders are coming in at that point. Let me just quickly pull up Bitcoin on the book map. Bitcoin's still holding out inside of that range. I just need to keep an eye out on Bitcoin because usually it moves in sync with Ethereum. So we're going to see that, look, the liquidity is coming in at 38, 400, nearly 950 Bitcoin orders, roughly there or thereabouts, near 1,000 Bitcoin orders, roughly. On the top side of 38,000, they've come and cleared that little imbalance zone. I expect them to come back up again. Look, see? Inside there as well. And we've got this area down here because it was a big flush of liquidity, but that can be consistent with people, aggressive people coming in and buying up from this point. Now, the people who they're buying, who are doing the buying, are being sold to. So we've got to be careful. Again, if we start seeing deltas appearing at the highest point of the move, that suggests that people are being sold to a climatic move, which is consistent with reversals. But I really need to see them come back up into that little point right there, 2,085 to come and sweep that liquidity. And there's nothing else other than this area right here at 2,091. All right, look at these there. So right now, the time itself is a little bit tricky. And you know what? When you see these pushes right here on exo charts, when you see those pushes, where's my stuff? Here we go. There it is. You see this range here. When you see that fast move right there, you got to be very careful because it's usually going to come back into that point because it's a huge imbalance. There's no one selling at that point. The market has to come back and regulate the book. It can't have these gaps. There you go. It's coming back to it now. When you see that happening, you can get a sense that a move, even if it goes up and you look at that candlestick and say, you know what, I'm going to go long. You want to look back into the candlestick and say, hold on a second, I've got an empty shop here. I've got to be very careful. Likewise, when you see the short on this candlestick right here, and you went short on the collection of all of these orders right here, you know full well that there's orders here that they could come back into to fill. So if you did exploit the short to the downside, I'm talking about scalps. If you exploited the short to the downside, you would need to get out of that trade because they can instantly bring it back up. And that's exactly what they did. And we expected them to do that. What I'm suggesting to you guys is when you day trade and you look for these sort of opportunities, this is how you can improve the odds of a trade working in your favor by sticking and understanding to a rule inside of the book. These little gaps in the chart are not good for the book. They have to be filled. Some point they're going to come back to this one. It's not that it has to happen straight away, but guarantee that as long as price is hovering around and close towards that zone, expect it to come back to it. That itself is a trading strategy for you because you're exploiting the imbalances. Look, they've now cleared that imbalance right there. They've now leveled off the order book. As they come back into it, people are starting to sell from that point. Okay? Now, I feel like I'm going into town on you. Tell me if you want me to continue with this flavor with exo charts in real time. Let me know if you want me to do that. Otherwise, I'll start looking at other altcoins. But this is a very important point right now for Ethereum. Just type one for yes, 2 for no. Here we go. We're coming into this imbalance. Till I see the first few digits, I'm going to go with that flavor. Look, they're coming back down. Here's that little zone right there. Okay, here we go. They've come back into it. Someone sold at that point. I'm well, Flex, dude. I'm well. Here we go. Look, they're sweeping that liquidity right now. Coming back in. So now look, this is a bit of a shitty time to be trading. But when it comes to scalping, right? This one, okay, I'll carry on. When it comes to scalping, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to say to yourself, because I'm being asked questions. Say, Tino, what leverage or what, how do you close off positions that when you're scalping? How do you take a profit when you're scalping? You have to look at scalping as a form of abundance. Why? A swing trader is going to be waiting for something. That means if he waits for a certain price point that is $3,000-$4,000 away or 200-300 pips away, he's got to wait for it to pick up. Okay. So a swing trader takes a trade 2-3 times a week. He's looking for bigger movement, okay? A day trader is going to come to the charts and hope that he can swing the day's range. So he's going to try and grab, 2-3% on a move or something. But a scalper, he has the luxury of being able to trade at any point. But it doesn't mean that he should trade every point. You improve the odds of a scalp working in your favor when there's volatility, when you've got fast movement. That's why it's important that you pick the right asset that will allow you some deviation on your leverage and your position to say, you know what, I'm going to give it a little bit of room. That's why occasionally I scalp euro, because euro, it respects the ranges, okay? Cryptocurrency will react to news, okay? Cryptocurrency, like it did last night, made the shift to the upside. It respected, in that instance, the structure. But I know full well that the Forex market and the futures markets, they all respect zones, okay? Because there is some form of governance. There isn't any governance in cryptocurrency, all right? Other than governance coins, all right? Which is irrelevant. But what I'm saying to you is when you come to using specific strategies, a scalper has the luxury of abundance because he can open a trade, take a profit, get out. Don't have the mindset of opening a trade as a scalp and you see it make you money and then it continues and then you keep riding on it, making you more. All right? That's when a scalp turns into a swing, okay? Like last night, I entered at 1951 and I closed at 1965. It was a scalp. Hindsight's a bitch. It went all the way up to 2092. Probably if I kept the same position, I probably would have made about 25 grand on that trade. Happy days. But I didn't. Next trade. I can't be married to an idea. I can't be married to I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I didn't. Fuck that. There's no interest. I'm missing out other opportunities if I'm stuck in that mindset. I'll be taking that frame of mindset into the next trade and thinking, can't I get another move to the upside like I missed out before? I was right before. Doesn't mean you're going to be right again. So in answer to that gentleman's question, when you're scalping and whatever leverage you're using, at the end of the day, there is no fixed amount of leverage. There is no fixed stop loss. It's all down to your relationship with risk. I take risks. Okay, that's my personality. But that's what a scalper is. He puts the most amount of money for the shortest amount of time to make the most amount of money, finished. That's what he needs to do. That's what scalping is. Go and Google or go on YouTube, okay, and just type in hedge fund traders, okay? But look for the older videos that they did back in the 90s, okay? You'll see there's a hedge fund trader. He's there with a cigarette. It was done in London, in the UK. Sorry, he was in Japan, and he was trading the Japanese markets, okay? Now, he was buying pound positions, all right? And he had to load up $30 million into pound, all right? He loaded it up. He managed to get the position filled. And the second he got the position filled, within 3 minutes, he closed the position. He made 25 grand. Just that quick. Hedge fund traders, market makers, they're all scalpers because they exploit the spread. Fast in, fast out. So again, there is no significant amount of leverage. There is no certain stop loss because 1% on £1,000 to someone, okay, might not sound like a lot of money to lose, okay? 1%. Doesn't make sense. But yet 1% is still 1% on 10, 1% on 100 grand, 1% on a million. So you've got to find the sweet spot where risk doesn't hurt you. If you can go to bed at night with a position open and not worry about it, you're comfortable with your level of risk. Simple as. Only a catastrophic event would have to occur for you to get liquidated, for the better word. All right? So when you're taking the idea of, hey, what should I do, Tino? How can I scalp? How can I swing trade? Swing traders, they have a conservative personality, or should I say, they're a little bit more reserved, patient, okay? Scalpers are fucking nut jobs, like myself. I'm a madman. I operate at 100 miles an hour. That's how I operate. But that comes to me as a skill. That comes to me as a benefit. Why? Because the same way I'll take a trade as a scalp, I see it go in my favor, I'm cutting the trade, take it out, start again. I have to reset because it's like taking a deep breath, okay? You're in a scalp. Done. Next breath. Next scalp. If you're going to commit to being a scalper, it has to suit your personality. It really does. Okay, here we go. Here we go. What we got going here? Here we go. Right. Okay, here we go. Look, we've got the same spot here. What can we expect? We can expect if we're going to see this and go short, right? Look, people are looking at this going short right now. Okay, be careful. Be very careful. They're going to sweep it back up. Watch. Be very careful. Unless this is a news candle and something shit has happened in crypto. Okay, the book will come back up. Okay. Like that. That's how they do it. So that candle's just triggered people to go short. But you've just recognized that those little gaps in the chart, that means they're coming back to it. You could take advantage of a quick scalp if you catch it. Okay? If you catch it. Now that, of course, would be very, very difficult, but I'm giving you an example of certain ways that you can scalp. It's tough doing it, and you're waiting for that. Here we go, look. It's going down. Here we go. We got another one. There's that little gap zone right there. Now what do we expect? Straight back up. Why? Because the market has just done a huge imbalance, trapped retail traders, and we have got a little zone right here. Logic would say we would expect it to come back up. Something's obviously happening right now. What time is it? Has anything come out in the news? Look, they've come and cleared these imbalances. Okay, here we go. We've got another imbalance zone down here. 759 orders on the sell side, which tells me that it's exhausted at this point. 690 right there. So we're going to wait and see if they can hold. So as an example, you would say to yourself, right, if everyone now is going short and the way that they behave in this chart, I would expect price to snap back up. You believe that's the case as a scalper? Take the fucking trade. That's all you can do. There's nothing more you can do. There is no indicator when you're dealing with these short time frames and these short moves. There is no indicator. That's why you look at candlesticks. That's why you refer to the hybrid system and look at the green vector candles. Look at that. They're coming back down again. All right? Stopping volume candle seems to be working in its favor. Here we are. Let's see. Can they hold out? Can they mark it up? 836. They're meeting the pressure. So then this is where the next bit comes in. If you see this move to the downside and the sales on the left side of it are actually starting to work in the favor of movement lower, you can then ride the momentum of that, okay? But remember, you still got this little problem up here. Look at these imbalances. See these little red dots lines here? Those are points that they can come back into. So you've got to be surgical with your entries. And if you do realize a profit, you've got to take it, get out and reevaluate. That's what you have to do as a scalper. I sound and behave like one. I've had to encompass my whole being as a scalper because I used to swing trade. I hate swing trading. I don't like it because I have to babysit and I have to watch it. I don't like setting a stop loss on a swing trade. I don't like setting a TP on a swing trade because it's just too far because I'm having to wait for such a big move and have to allow such a big drawdown on a swing trade. That for me, and when I say swing trade, I'm talking about positions that can be opened and held for like 3-4 days, okay? Now, those are position traders, okay? Now, let's just put something together here, okay? Lots of people have now decided to go short, okay? We've seen the imbalances. They come back up to fill them. We've got these imbalance zones right here, okay? Look at the candlestick right now. What's it doing? It's not doing anything, isn't it? Oh, we just had another imbalance. What? Okay. What's going on? Back up again? Okay, I'm going to make that assumption to be the case. Take a trade. Go long from this range, okay? Hypothetically, Hypothetically, I'm giving you the mind management of a scenario. Where's my exit? My exit is down here, 2066. That's my head. I'm thinking, okay, I'm happy to absorb and move all the way down to 66. Yes, it's a very small amount, but it's 69 to 66. Okay, cool, right? That's so $2, all right? I'm cool with that. That's my exposure. Fine. So how do I understand or justify the move back up from this point? Fine. So we've had an aggressive move to the downside. They've killed the imbalances right here. Price has spiked lower. They've trapped sellers down here, but some buyers came in to hold the range. They got a little bit exhausted, but there is still interest down at these lows. And you can see that these guys couldn't be bothered to sell off anymore. Now we look back and we say to ourselves, okay, then cool. We had this big push right here. It was an infusion of liquidity. Fine. That means the guys who are short are now trapped. What are they going to be doing? Short covering. Price should be going up. To what? The imbalances. To what? The little gap that we've got up here. Because the order book should not be finished like that. It has to be full. There can't be any gaps in the order book. That's what that conversation is what's going on in your mind when you are preparing for a scalp. Okay? And the scalp can finish in literally a matter of seconds. You can catch a move within 1 minute, it's complete. Okay? Now you've got this sideways action. Okay? Now we're counting. Look, 150, 200. No one's selling. Oops, someone's popped in. Now we want to know if this means that they mean business. Funnily enough, it happened to be where there was 536 orders, 464. You see how it can change. You always got to set it outside of the structure, ladies and gentlemen, when you're scalping, because you've seen that this area here is where they came down, hit the imbalances and reversed. So you see that this is an area of support in the imbalance. Okay? 477, 86, 38, 72. We've got an even distribution now of orders. Okay, well, there's an imbalance there, 72, 24, because you've got to look at it diagonally. Look, diagonally. Why? Because the ask is above, the bid is below. Okay, that's what you've got to think about. So you look at it diagonally. All right. Now you're sitting there and you're saying to yourself, okay, then cool. So my long, so far, so good. We are okay. I've got an imbalance up here. I've got a gap right there. I'm trading the logic that it's going to go back up towards that point. And if it doesn't do it straight away, when I say it needs to do it, it doesn't mean it's invalidated. When will it be invalidated? When it goes back down to this point. There's your stop. Because you've just profiled a whole story inside of this area. You are dealing with real-time information. You are creating a feedback mechanism. There's only one thing you can do. Know when to get out. That is that zone right there, okay? That is your exit for the scalp. A $2 range is what we're looking at right now, okay? Entry at 66, whatever it was, 69, and we exit at 66, okay? Because if we get stopped out on this position, for example, all right, we haven't lost a lot of money, but now we're still potentially active at getting back in again. Why? Because they could have come back down and hit your stop, but then they're still holding inside of this zone. Remember the feedback you've created from the move previously or the trade previously. You're expecting them to try and mark back up again. All right. So you're creating that story. It's literally writing chapters on every candlestick. This is how you study the hybrid system. I give it to you with the vectors. Each vector candle is a different story of it becoming one from one point to the next. We identify where the green vectors appear in a W formation, where the red vectors appear on the M formation. How do they appear on moving averages? Okay? When you're seeing it happening in real time, all right? You're going to get a feel for how it actually moves. And then when you've registered it and you've managed to take a trade on it, you're then going to say, I'm going to try and do that again and wait for it to occur again. Okay? Sorry, am I yelling at you all? Sorry. Am I yelling at you all? Please forgive me if I am. So, how can we make this analysis without exo charts? You physically couldn't make the analysis without exo charts because exo charts tells you, I'm giving you different types of analysis. I'm giving you, look, it's broken it. Okay, cool. Now look, they just stopped us out, right? And now look what's happened. They've come back in. So, and then I'll say to myself, okay, I'm going to take another scalp and go long again. All right. Now look what it's done. It's gone straight back up again. When you're wasting time hoping for a position to go in your favor, you're missing out on opportunities. You'll feel right there, you got stopped out. Take the long at the open of the next candle, bang, it goes up, happy days, okay? when you turn to scalping, guys, you have to act bloody fast. Simple as that, okay? And again, the time that we're in right now is not exactly the greatest time to be trading, as principle would have it, but the concept is still there. Look, let's read these orders. 118, little couple of zeros down there. So finished auctions in principle. Finished auction, finished auction, finished auction, finished auction. There's no interest in that zone. But the book has to come back into these ranges, okay? 200, 283, 278. So there is a player right here loading up in 200s. That could be 1,000 lots. And he's got to do it in increments of 5. So 200, 200, 200, 367 now. It's gone double up. Okay, so notice how it's always at these imbalance points. So there is a particular player right now, all right? Look, 338, 390, someone's loading up. 314, someone's loading up at that point. It will go to 390 and load up again, okay? Look, 306. Why is it all segmented in one area? And I'm telling you, when you start watching it, okay, you'll start to pick up on wild behaviors. For me, I've noticed 648. Whenever I see an order of 648, I correlate it to moving averages, I correlate it to vectors, and I think to myself, 648 appearing at the lowest point of the move after a move to the downside tells me that prices are looking to go up, okay? 405 Bitcoin, look, 435, 405, that should go to 400, okay? No worries, bro. Jesus coin has been rising parabolically. God bless. Mad love to you, man. And to good old Jesus. Jesus coin. That is a coin, isn't it? I believe it is, yes. All right? So, when you've got this movement, any questions, man? Yes, it kills you. Fees killing you. This is what I'm saying about this, right? This is why I trade futures as well. I spend a lot of time trading the futures markets. Okay, so where are we at right here? Okay, here we are. This is the futures markets, all right? And wait there. I'm going to do it like this. Here we go. What are we going to do right now? Stay there, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so what we got? Let's just pick an account that I'm trying to pass. There we go. Here we are. All right, then. So this is the ultra bonds, okay? They don't move fast at all, right? So you know what? I'm going to use the ultra bonds, okay? Just to demonstrate why I will scalp the futures markets, okay? So here's an example. Let me just get this one up here and put this here for you, all right? Oh, where's it going? Oh, it's going. Let's just keep an eye on that bad boy. Hold on. All right, then. Check this out. So when I'm scalping the futures markets, right? I trade the bonds markets. I've had fun this week on cryptocurrency, okay? We've had a good week on crypto. Now we're going to start chucking all of that bad boy into staking and leave it until we do it again, okay? But I'm going to be trading the bonds now because the idea of interest rates coming down means that risk is going to effectively come back on, okay? So bonds are going to be moving up, okay? Oops. I just need to keep this here just so that we can understand. Well, it's on its way. Wait. Towards that point. We'll just keep it there. Okay. Anyways, sorry about this, guys. Hold on. I'm just trying to demonstrate something. Let me show you why I trade the bonds markets and the futures markets overall. So I'm going to pick 5 contracts, all right? Yeah, I'm not fussed with that. So this market right now isn't fucking open. Unfortunately. All right, and here we go. Look at this. Look at this, right? Oh, God's sake, Tino. What a clown. My days. I've just messed that bad boy up. Let me go flat. It's not if it's fuck's sake. Anyway, the market's not open for another 15 minutes. I can't show you until the market opens. If that's the only BS thing about the futures markets, it resets at 11 o'clock. All right, let's see if that's going to be the case. It's going to have an order on there for me, and I do not want that. I don't know why it's working weird for me. Anyways, so look, the reason, I'll go back into it, but the reason why I scalp the futures markets is because, is that open? That is open. Okay, then. I really want to show you guys so I can take advantage of it. Here we are. I'm hoping that's the case. Let me just open a trade. Here we go. So here's an example of taking a long on the futures markets. That took fucking forever. Okay? Fucking hell. Forgive me. That was so out of character, man. Shit. Okay. Anyways. Huge imbalances right there. Let's go back into Bitcoin. It's holding out. Okay, so look, Bitcoin's got now limit buys coming into play from this point. So we're going in line with the logic that we have got an imbalance coming into action. Really sorry about that, guys. So look, remember what we said about our area of stops, okay? See how they come down and tap that zone. Now, it was outside of it ever so slightly. So now when I'm scalping, I'll say to myself, right, how often does this happen to me? I've identified a stop area. That's the benefit. I've identified a stop zone. So I placed it just outside of this area here. They come down, swept it, and then moved back away from it. So in future, what I'm going to do is make sure that I give it a little bit more freedom. And if I see imbalances, which is shown by these green lines right here, I'm going to place it right outside of that zone just so that I am comfortable, so that I can then effectively absorb a nice move up like that. So there's two ways you can do it. Yes, the gentleman said that he would, you know, you'll get your fees killed. And I'm going to be straight up with you, ladies and gentlemen. Cryptocurrency is really ideally for day traders that are willing to hold a position for more than a few hours, okay? Use light leverage, keep your margins tight, and you swing those positions because as scalpers, the platforms aren't designed for you to scalp on. Simple as. And I am going to stay until 10, I'm going to stay till 11 o'clock just so that I can demonstrate to you the beauty of scalping in the futures markets. You pay one fixed fee for the contract, okay? And that is it. The bonds markets, the 10-year is the cheapest contract to trade, all right? You can even go down to the 5-year, which is like $7.50, 7.25, and then there's the bonds market, the 10 years around about $31 a round trip, okay? Happy days. But when you're using 3 lot sizes or 4, even 5, even 10 lot sizes, you need 2 ticks and you've made yourself $700. That's why hedge fund managers, traders in the prop firms are all on the 10-year bond markets, all right? 5-year, 2-year, because they're not looking for fucking swing trades. They're looking for 3 ticks, they're finished. Now, you've got some traders, okay, that are scalping 100,000 contracts, all right, in a day. Do you know what 100,000 contracts is? All right, that's 1,000 contracts at a time, all right? Big money at 100,000 contracts, okay? They're looking for scalps. And when you're trading a very liquid market, when you see 10,000 orders come in, you know it's going in your favor to the upside. So if 10,000 orders coming on the bid, holding price, they ain't letting it go down. They're bidding it up. So you entering at that point, at market, for example, and bid moves up, 2-3 ticks, happy days. On 1,000 contracts, you're making about 7-8 grand. 2 fucking ticks. You guys might not be ready for that. You might not be. You guys might just be coming around to the idea of trying to scalp on crypto. But cryptocurrency is not designed for you to scalp. It's designed for you to keep positions open because you see this flavor right here. Look at these poor mother truckers right here. $3.48 billion. Because when you go in to take a trade, you see the fees and you're like, oh, I'm not going to close my trade now. I'm going to try and let it see how it goes. And then the market works in your favor ever so slightly to compel you to keep the trade on. All right? So as swing traders, you've got to get into the mindset of a swing trader. You open your trade. You project out what you expected to do over a week, like I did with these guys here in the Market Watch. We expected Bitcoin to do that. A break of the range would be 34,785. Has Bitcoin even seen that? No, it hasn't. So you place your longs at that point. You know when it comes down to this point, it's a test zone. So as a swing trader, you're looking at that saying, fucking hell, look, it can come back down to that. But that's all good because I've got a stop loss outside of this range. So I've set my stop loss at 34,000. Whatever it does, it does. Yippee-ki-yay, it's made the move. That's what swing traders can do. But you've got to be able to absorb it. When you're using high leverage, and if you're not timing your trades, you're not going to last 5 minutes, guys. I'm telling you, you're not going to last 5 minutes. Oh, Bitcoin coming back down. The stopping volume candle seems to be working. Now Ethereum's come back down. So scalping opportunities. Now we're looking at it. I want to really show you. Here we go. Got a little imbalances right there. We've got to be careful. Wait for it. But they're actually selling off now. 903. This is exhaustion right here. So we expect to snap up. Okay. A snap reversal. Now, if this was on the futures markets, I'd be getting ready to run longs from here all day long, okay? Because when they do this aggressive move down, the bid's being attacked. I'm expecting the bids to come in aggressively at some point to lift price up, okay? I'm setting myself positions right here. I'll open limit orders just above at the 2065 with the anticipation of a spike up towards 2066. That, in principle, will be about what? About 2, 3, 4 ticks. Look at that. It's just come back up. Did it beforehand. All right. That's what scalping's all about. I'm going to wait for the market to open 8 minutes time. All right, then. So have I chewed your ears off? Okay. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to stay. Leverage is always dictated by stop loss. No other way. Yes, this is true. Look at Bookmap. There are buyers being filled. Yes, the limit buys are coming into play right now. It is imbalanced, not just yet. Not just yet. They're not fully being absorbed, all right? Here's that reversal right there for Ethereum. Wait, they've come back into those imbalance zones. They're 895. Look at that. 895. The sell-off right there. Why didn't it go lower? It got absorbed, okay? Here we go. Bitcoin could come to the VWAP, man. Potentially could come to the VWAP. Okay. Chapping us wet, bruv. No worries. No worries. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. How many likes have we got? Come on, man. 400 likes. Please, ladies and gentlemen. And while we're at it, before I'm waiting, remember, it's Black Friday event, okay? You get the Platinum membership for 30% off in your first month, and you get 30% off the Traders Reality Scalping course, all right? So you'll get the video, because what I do in the Platinum section is I do 2 weekly videos. 1 weekly review to summarize the setups that I've been given, okay? Then I do a market watch, which I project out the market for swing traders, which is exactly what this video is right here. It's suited for swing traders, and I do it for Ethereum, I do it for Euro, I do it for dollar, I do it for all the traditional assets as such. Okay. But then throughout the week, I'm doing trade setups. So one on Euro, like I did today for the news announcements, one like this. We do it for Bitcoin. My main assets that I focus on in terms of the legacy markets, it's Euro, pound, dollar, yen, the dollar dominance as a measure. Then after the New York Live, I do a projection on the NASDAQ and not so much the S&P, but the NASDAQ. Depending on the S&P, because those who trade the S&P know that when the NASDAQ's going to be moving, so is the S&P as well, okay? And I do that Monday through to Friday, okay? So everybody get everything. They get everything in that section. So the Black Friday event runs until Friday, 11:59 p.m. Market will be opening in 5 minutes because I want to demonstrate to you what I do with the futures. Okay, then let's just go and have a look at what else is going on. BNB. After all that, BNB's taken a slump. Not good. Not good. Waves, not looking too good. XRP, for God's sake, funny coin. Matic, currently holding out. It's a very significant zone right now, but again, it's the sell the news kind of story, okay? Okay, then. What have we got? Let's go back into Ethereum. Now it's coming down. Solana, 12%. Let me just go into the live order flow right here. Let me just kill this. Disconnect, pending order. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. Disconnect. It's not letting me cancel that order, for God's sake. I hate it when it does this. Where's that order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is that order gone? I don't believe it, man. Disconnect. Here we go. All right, then. So we'll reset that bad boy. We should be seeing the reset very shortly. That tells me that we're going to get a kind of a feel for what the market is saying right now, okay, by going over to the stock market for a second. How did the stock market fare? Tesla is down 2%. Tesla is still down right now. It's gapped down, okay. Nvidia is sort of gapped down as well in out of hours. Nike is gapping up, still doing well. Google, it's just pretty decent, normal. S&P and NASDAQ, they're not open just yet. Right, let me just connect up here. So I'm just going to do this to show you what I mean about scalping on the futures markets. We're not probably going to get that much movement because of the time. That's why we always trade the New York session. But I just want to show you the speed that you can get in and out of orders and what you're looking for in terms of ticks. Okay? Right, back into BTC. Going on the 5-minute time frame, I just want to see if we have got any red vector candles appearing above the 50 EMA. No, not quite. Oh, there we are. We got a couple of red vector candles right there on Bitcoin, which is telling me that it's not done. It might not actually be done. Where is it? Excellent. Here we go. So there we are. It's holding out right now. Pending connection, reconnected. Happy days. Okay, cool. So, all right, 2 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Where are we at with the likes? 500 likes, 1,300. Can you check the stock NOG? What on earth is NOG? Northern Gas. All right, I'm cool. Nice market cap. An increase in funds. Okay, so yeah, these are oil in exploration. These guys usually do really well when oil starts to climb up. Depends on if they do find any new gas and oil. Debt is 205%, high interest rates. That's why everyone's going to be buzzing about the market dropping its interest rates, because these guys are subject to it. Yes, Tony D, what is good? We got Candle Mafia in this place. Tino, what about Bitcoin on the purple vector on the daily time frame? Wait there. Let's have a look. Bitcoin purple, daily candle. Purple daily on the Bitcoin. Purple. What broker are you using? Mad love, Tony, man. Down for a raid after this. What's the raid? CME 38. Let's just go to the CME gap on Bitcoin. There's the gap right there. There's the gap. There's one gap there. They said there were no more gaps on Bitcoin. That's a lie. There's a gap right there. There is a gap right there. They've cleared this gap. There are no more gaps. That's all the gaps that I can see, unless there is any, unless you're going to factor this little one right here. These are the gaps in Bitcoin right now on the CME. Why? Well, the logic says that we assume that they're going to fill these gaps. Okay? So just keep an eye out on that. All right, then. Here we go. Let's see. Pending. 366. Right. Wait there. This is unbelievable. 366. 366. I'm waiting to see. Here we are. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it. Wait there. Close all the windows. I'm going to close absolutely everything. And then I want to show you what I'm talking about and then get it started. Yes. Close the application and get that bad boy back up again. All right, then. Cool. Aren't red vectors appearing above the 50 EMA on the 5-minute time frame signs of reversals? Yes, they are. But where are they appearing in relation to the 50 EMA? That's what you've got to say to yourself. So 5-minute time frame Bitcoin on Binance. Right. So red vector candles that are appearing above the 50 EMA. Cool. Have you seen any red vectors breaking the 50 EMA? No. So that's why you're cautious, because all they're doing right now is recovering these vector candles. So you're going to look at this and say to yourself, okay, if I believe they're going to start picking up steam after such an aggressive move to the upside and come back down towards the range daily high, I've got to wait and see if there's going to be a red vector candle breaking through this point. If you don't see the breaking of the red vector coming into the 50 EMA, then that's it. You have to wait. All right? Because the second that they do break, you're always looking for the retrace. That's it. Okay? Let's bring this back up. That should be it. Here we go. Right, the markets are now open. Futures markets are now open. Here we are. I'm going to anticipate that I get the connection pending. Come on, man. For God's sake, it's taking forever. I have no patience for it. See what else is moving. IOX, Pyth. I know people asking me about this Pyth coin. Pyth network. Let's have a look at it on there. 40 cents. 42 cents. Back into the wick. Oh, very interesting wick. Oh my God, $4. Wow. Obviously, it's one of these coins where you say to yourself, you know what? Yeah, if it's going to go up, then it's going to clear the wick. Quite frankly, it will return all the way back up in the bull run and what have you. Okay? So, it's not letting me do it. It really isn't. Look. Pending. It's not letting me actually connect. For God's sake, man. Let me try and show you what I'm talking about a second. I know I've got a screenshot somewhere of a trade that I took. Where is it, you bugger? I can't seem to find it. I've not got it. I've not got anything. Screenshots, here we go. Let's click that. Screenshots. Okay, so here is an example right here. Wait there. No, it's Apex connected. It's not connecting. Fuck, I'm going to lose my shit right now. Here we go. Is that it? Okay, then. So here is an example right here. I'll move that. So this is what I wanted to show you. So this was on the S&P. Now, the S&P moves pretty aggressively. Okay? Are we good? What gap? Isn't it just time frames? What don't I know? Mad love and respect, you know. What do we mean, bro? What's a gap? Isn't it just time frames? No, a gap is it's just a gap. It's a gap in price where there's been exhaustion or a big fill of orders in out of hours and prices dropped back down again. Okay? I can't believe what's going on with that. Anyway, so look at this. So this is on one of my funded accounts, performance accounts with Apex. Okay? And there's the entry. Okay? 4229. Okay? Took the trade on this point and I saw a bit of a drawdown. Now look at the ticks. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Okay? Now, S&P moves very fast. So it's not ideal for scalpers. It is if you're looking to take advantage of a quick trade. But you've got to use very light size with this. Okay? Now, if we look, each tick size, it goes in increments of $50. Okay? Now, when you're scalping the bonds market, you don't need that many ticks. All right. So the size that I was using, what was my size on this? $50. So I think I was using 5 contracts on this, 5 contracts and increments of $50. If I'm correct, it made its way to $950. Happy days, closed the trade, done. Okay. But I'm using this information here. Okay. Now this information in front of you is important. You've got the bids on the left, sell and buys on and asks on the right. Okay. I'm focusing on the relationship between the amount of orders that come in at this point in time. All right. Now, what's important is this. The S&P and the NASDAQ have very light volume sizes. They say that the S&P, trading the NASDAQ and the S&P is for someone that's on crack. Okay. That's what they say. Because you're like, oh my God, look at that. You know, it's very aggressive to trade on. Now, let me just show you another one. Wait there. Take another screenshot. Here we go. Right. Another one would be. So this would be on the bonds market. Look at this one. Okay. Here's the bonds market. Look at the difference. So we've got the S&P on the right. Okay. And you've got the bonds right here. Now, look at the difference. I just expand this out. Look, I've got 7 contracts on the performance account, okay? Look at the difference in the sizes, if you can see it. There we go. So entry there, 109, 218. It's $100 difference, okay? But look at the orders, okay? So what was my logic for going long from this play at this 108.045? If you can spot it, okay, I'm going to move it. If you can spot it, there is a good chance that scalping the bonds market is for you, okay? Alert Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? I'll look at Bitcoin in a second. Can you spot what's going on inside of this area here? I'll tell you anyway, because I want to just look at Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin is making a move right now, it's not really doing anything. Don't worry about it, okay? Trying to show you something here. Look, can you see here? This is the ask. That's the bids, right? What reason I took this long is because I saw 2,226 orders come in on the bonds. That's a big contract, okay? Someone stepped in at that point. Justified with my entry. Took 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks, closed the trade, $437. That move took roughly about 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes to get 4 ticks. Now, that is very fast for the bonds market because the bonds don't usually move fast, okay? But when they move, they really move and they stay there for ages, okay? So that's why I trade the bonds markets, because A, it's cheaper. B, it makes life so much easier when you're scalping and you don't have the issue of fees. Now, let's just go back into the BTC. Here we go. So we're going back into that green vector candle region. Fine. Let's just quickly go over to Exo charts and have a look what Ethereum's done. Ethereum's breaking down. It's coming back down. Buy the rumor, sell the news kind of story. It's got the imbalances here. Look, people are paying the price right now. We're going down. We've got an imbalance here. So we need, not an imbalance, but a finished auction. They're going to try send it down. 600 contracts down here. 603 right there. Got some interest, but I don't think I think they're done with the move up. So they're going to keep on marking lower. And markets should be open right now. It's not even doing it. Here we go. Here we go. I think we've got some connectivity. Yes. Yes. Right. Here we go. So let me just pull up the Ultra Bonds and have a look at and see what we can get. Let's try and just so I can demonstrate it to you. Here we go. Come on, come on. All right. No. Oh, there we go. All right. So right now I don't have a profile. So Ethereum's on the right there. Let's just bring Bitcoin up for a second. Okay. So you guys can keep an eye on that bad boy. I just want to show you what I mean about filling orders, placing orders and what have you. Now the bonds market doesn't really move that much. Okay. But this is what I'm doing when I'm trading the bonds markets. Okay. I'm effectively, so this is the Jigsaw platform, okay? Now, when you tap this thing right here, it brings this tick chart, okay? And it just shows you the relationship of the delta, the bids, and the asks. It just gives you that flavor, okay? Now, if I place a trade right now, so I'm going to get rid of this tick chart. I'm going to place a trade right now on the bonds market just to show you what it's like in terms of how a scalper should scalp the depth of market. I've got no data to scalp from, okay? Look, 10 contracts, that's dead, okay? Nothing much is happening, right? I'm going to go in at 5 contracts, all right? It's probably going to cost me the account, but I want to show you the differences on accounts. Yeah, I don't care about that. Right, cool. So at 5 contracts, we'll go market, okay? So 5 contracts, okay? $156. $312, $148. So 5 contracts, $150 per tick, okay? That's how quick I opened the trade, all right? Now, it moves up, I make money. It goes down, I lose money. Right? This is a demo account, okay? I'm trying to show it to you. Now, if I want to close the trade, bang. See you later. That quick, all right? It's designed for you to scalp on. If I increase my contract size, go to 10. Going at market. 312 now. So $300 move. Okay? So when I see big volume coming in, like I showed you in the picture before, when I see big volume coming in on the bonds market, which is slow, but it moves, if I catch it when I see big volume, I'm going to exploit it. I'm going to try and grab 2, 3 ticks. 3 ticks makes me $937. Okay? 3 ticks makes $900. All right? I'm at market. I'll get out. Watch this. The most for this contract for this one is 17. I'm going to just go max it out just to show you guys. Now, 17 contracts. Okay? Watch this. $500 a tick. All right? All I need right now, based on the data we've got right here, Bitcoin's going to come down, don't worry. All I need the bonds to do is move up 1 tick. 2, just to cover the bid and the ask spread. Okay? Now just wait. I've got volume here, 26, 19. Nothing's happening. Bids are coming in, but the market's just open. Nothing is working right now. Asia hasn't got access to the marketplace as such because it's not open. Okay? But you can see the differences. Like the fees now are covered. All right? Pay $31, round trip, happy days. Done. Scalp in and out, finished. That's it. And you're doing this all day. You can place limit orders and all of that stuff, happy and all that. That's where I scalp. That's where most of my scalping is. I'll scalp the euro futures. I'll scalp the bonds, the gold markets. But cryptocurrency is a little bit crazy because it's got a spread and it's horrible, which is why you go and scalp on other platforms, okay, like MT4 or on MEXC or on Binance. So you've really got to say to yourself, okay, you know, you got to pick your spots where you're scalping and you've got to allow the position to really move for you to cover your fees, okay? All right, then, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, so how do we then scalp crypto? You can scalp crypto. You've just got to hold it for a little bit longer. That's the truth, okay? You've got to hold the trade for a little longer. That becomes then all right, okay, so the best way to do it like this, right, is to scalp from the 5-minute time frame rather than 1-minute time frame, okay? That's how you do it. Don't look at the 1-minute time frame. What I'm using here, okay, this tick chart business that I've got going off right here, that's tick charts. Small movements. I only need 2-3 ticks to make a profit out, okay? But if you're scalping cryptocurrency, you're going to do it like this. You're going to say to yourself, okay, what we got, 5-minute time frame. There's the first red vector candle that's broken the 50 EMA. There it is. It's broken that 50 EMA. Hasn't taken the cloud just yet. I have a bit of a criteria. I want to see it take the cloud, okay? But you use the 5-minute time frame, and you've got to absorb. You have to absorb off the 5-minute time frame. Don't use the 1-minute time frame, okay? Use the 1-minute time frame for reference to pick up the idea of how they are behaving. Look, drop, retrace, continuation, okay? That's what you're looking for. You identify that on the 5-minute time frame after a big move up, okay? Anyone that's taken the scalping course, there's an exact video with the same situation. It's the same one where we're scalping and to see price go down, okay, after an extended move to the upside. So that's pretty much the best thing for you to do is to scalp off the 5-minute time frame. That way you can say, all right, I'm wrong on the move or I'm correct on the move. The 1-minute time frame is going to be too much in terms of scalping on cryptocurrency, in my opinion, when it comes to fees. Because if you're only looking for like a $50 move in Bitcoin, your fees are going to just eat you alive anyway, okay? That's why I only really scalp Ethereum or trade Ethereum, because it doesn't hurt me that much on the fees. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, listen, mad love and respect. I'm going to make an exit. I've taken too much of your time tonight, guys. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Black Friday event. You know what the flavor is. Tradersreality.com. And I'll be speaking to you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, gang. Peace.